Wait a second. That's Mana!
That's the Polynesian Warrior, Mana!
He's scheduled in a match against Sabu tonight. What the hell's he doing in the ring, Eric?
Is he a hired gun for the Tomasellis?
I don't know what he's doing, but he's looking to make an impact tonight.
Well, if you want to make an impact, how about beating one of the legends in this sport, and Tommy Dreamer?
And Mana has Dreamer in the corner. And look at that!
Right in his face. I mean, that's not the first time that's happened to Tommy Dreamer, but inside of a wrestling ring, absolutely. And Doug, this is big news. Tommy Dreamer is here in Pro Wrestling Elite. The Polynesian Warrior, Mana. He's smelling blood. Look at him stalking him like he's an elephant in the jungle.
And Dreamer and Mana are on the outside here in the Boonton Theater. And this match is going to break down, Eric.
You know, I've seen a lot of guys, Doug, come down the pike and make open challenges and think that Tommy Dreamer's washed up, he's over the hill, he's not what he used to be. But I'll tell you something, Doug, they have another thing coming because every time Tommy Dreamer gives it to them and shoves it right back down their throat.
And Mana in control here with the low blow on Tommy Dreamer.
And Mana, you talked about it, Doug. What a way to make a reputation for yourself than to beat a man, Mr. ECW himself, Tommy Dreamer. Tommy Dreamer to guys like you and me, Doug, a hero. To guys like Mana, he's lunch.
And Tommy Dreamer, you know, he's been working in the office in WWE for the last year or two. He's been on Monday Night Raw a little bit.
But you trying to call him a pencil pusher?
No, but I've only seen him in one hardcore match, one extreme match in the last couple of years, and that was against the Dudley Boys at One Night Stand. Let's see if Tommy Dreamer might be a little in over his head, baby. He isn't used to this type of action. He isn't used to a guy like Mana trying to beat him to death, trying to bludgeon him, trying to end his career. Tommy Dreamer, let's see what happens here, but Tommy Dreamer could be in some trouble here tonight.
See, I disagree with you there because Tommy Dreamer is the kind of guy, wait a minute, nails him with the chair. Even if he's not in a wrestling ring, you have seen Tommy Dreamer, the things that he eats for fun outside of the wrestling ring. He drops 25-pound dumbbells on his feet just for fun. I mean, here's a guy that's not all there, Doug. He's a little bit crazy in the head, if you ask me. So whether he's fresh or sharp in the ring or not, Doug, I got a feeling he's still just as extreme in 2006 as he was in 1996.
Okay, well, maybe we'll find out here. Mana on the outside, getting another chair. You got hit with that chair earlier.
Mana just chopping Tommy Dreamer, and that's the difference maker here, the experience between Tommy Dreamer and Mana, because Mana's spending a little bit too much time, in my opinion, setting up that chair, allowing a veteran like Tommy Dreamer to recuperate.
But I just want to know, why is Mana out here? Why has he attacked Tommy Dreamer? This is an impromptu match here. And Dreamer!
Hey, I've seen that somewhere before.
And Dreamer takes him down, Mana, into that chair. And Dreamer has the other chair.
Dreamer's going to hit the ropes with the head of Steve.
Oh!
Out of the park.
And he just hit Mana flush in the head with that chair.
Well, Mana, again, Doug, what is his agenda? What is Tommy Dreamer's agenda? I mean, you're sitting here making all kinds of accusations about Mana, but let's face facts here, Doug. Tommy Dreamer not scheduled to be here. What is his agenda in stepping up tonight and even showing his face in Pro Wrestling Elite?
You're exactly right. I don't know. I mean, maybe we're going to have to find out. We're going to have to go in the back. But look, Dreamer's got that ladder now.
Oh, absolutely, Doug. And we have seen Tommy Dreamer use the ladder many times. And that is a very innovative move right there, Doug. They don't call him the Innovator of Violence for absolutely nothing. Now, Tommy Dreamer, if he wins this matchup, is he 1-0? Will he be ranked in our system?
I don't know. And look, Mana, he's busted wide open, Eric.
Well, you know what, Doug? That is a very familiar sight when you're watching Tommy Dreamer matches, and that is seeing blood. A lot of the time it happens to be Tommy's own blood, but tonight it is his opponent's. But Doug, this match is far from over.
Oh, and Mana just made that. It's like a bowling pin through those doors, through that ladder. The action hot and heavy here in Boonton. What an extreme matchup we have here. Tommy Dreamer, he looks at home with that ladder in his hand.
He does. He absolutely does. And Tommy Dreamer does not look rusty one bit, Doug. I am very impressed. He looks like he's been doing this for the last 365 nights.
You know what? You're right there, Eric. I might have judged him a little bit too soon. Tommy Dreamer is looking tremendous in this impromptu fight here.
Oh, absolutely. And Doug, I love how you say that. an impromptu fight, because it's really not a wrestling matchup. This is a fight. This is a fight between the new school and the old school, and Tommy Dreamer and Mana. Because, you know, when you're a guy like Tommy Dreamer, as great as the accolades are, Doug, there has to be a lot of pressure because all of the young guys are looking at you. You are a target of every young guy. He's lucky that the rest of our locker room doesn't come out and jump him just to make a statement, because you are a target. You are the hunted. At this point, you're not a rookie anymore. You are Tommy Dreamer, the Innovator of Violence, the legend, the former heavyweight champion.
And look at the blood flowing from the head of Mana. A crimson mask here in Pro Wrestling Elite, as we are having an absolute bloodbath here.
Oh, absolutely. And now, I don't know a lot about the Pro Wrestling Elite rule book, but do the matches, are they stopped for blood? I know we don't use countouts.
We've never, well, I don't know. We haven't come to that yet. As of now, the referee is letting the action continue, which is what I want to see here.
We may have to institute the Dreamer rule after this
You
match.
never know. Let's see how much more violent this match gets. And look at Mana. The blood is flowing everywhere.
John Walters and Josh Daniels to Tommy Dreamer and Mana. That's what's great about Pro Wrestling Elite. It's like a buffet, something for everybody in pro wrestling, whether you're a fan of the hardcore, the violence, the technical wrestling, the high flying, the aerial assault. It's all here tonight.
And Dreamer on that second rope, going for that elbow drop. Ooh, hit the ladder.
Oh, man. And the thing about Tommy Dreamer is, Doug, whether he's wrestling on One Night Stand or whether he's wrestling here at Breaking Ground, he doesn't alter his game. He takes the same risks, and sometimes that's a bad thing, as we're seeing right now.
And Dreamer definitely a little worse for wear right here. He might have injured that right elbow right there, but Mana, he is losing a lot of blood as we speak right now. Let's see how much, see if there's any gas left in the tank of the Polynesian Warrior, Mana. But why is Mana down here? Why is Dreamer here? These are just questions we have to answer later on here in Elite.
I think I need a press conference, Doug.
I've had enough of those press conferences.
And Mana right now stalking Tommy Dreamer at this point in time with the headbutt. And Mana looks a little confused. Mana looks like he's not exactly sure what he wants to do next, and that's a little bit of the inexperience factor and also the unorthodox factor. We've seen many wrestlers like Mana, from the Wild Samoans to Yokozuna to Kamala, the Ugandan Giant, just wrestlers that are monsters, that are animals, that don't bring your typical wrestling game to the ring, that just go there to hurt your opponent, to maim your opponent, to commit legalized violence, and that's what we're seeing tonight out of Mana.
I'll tell you what, you talked about some classic wrestlers from the past, but one wrestler I think Mana reminds me of, even though he's Polynesian, even though he's from New Zealand, he is like a 2006 Bruiser Brody in my book. I've seen this guy plow through competition all throughout the Northeast of the United States. This guy could be the most dangerous man in professional wrestling.
How apropos that it is Tommy Dreamer that has decided to come here unscheduled and stand toe-to-toe with what may be the most dangerous wrestler in the business, Doug. How apropos is that?
Well, that is pretty much what the life of Tommy Dreamer has been about. He accepts every challenge. It doesn't matter if the fight is too much for him. He's still going to give a fight. He's going to be 110%. And look at the blood loss. Look at the claret. It's like a crimson mask. I said it before on Mana's face. I cannot believe what we're seeing here.
And how about these fans, Doug? What a treat. I mean, you never know who's going to show up here at Pro Wrestling Elite.
Fans are definitely getting their money's worth when they bought a ticket to Pro Wrestling Elite here in Boonton. And Dreamer with a slam. This could be it.
I mean, people are probably surprised to hear me on commentary for this, and if you're not surprised by that, imagine how surprised you are to see Tommy Dreamer walk through the doors. Now, where's Sabu?
Sabu, I don't know where he's at.
Tommy may have hurt his back. He has been plagued with back problems throughout his career.
And Mana into the table.
You gotta be kidding me.
Wow, he just sawed through that table like a buzzsaw. And Dreamer now with that chair.
Excuse me.
Oh!
The third time, the charm? No.
Gonna crack the skull and a DDT on the chair. Kicks the camera. And that's it. Tommy Dreamer is victorious in this extreme bloodbath. And I'll tell you, Pro Wrestling Elite, it really brings it to the table here. This is breaking ground, and what an incredible matchup we have seen here tonight.
Absolutely. Still a lot of questions that need to be answered, Doug. What is Tommy Dreamer doing here? What is Mana doing here? Where is Sabu? I want those questions answered.